welcome to the 2017 Overwatch World Cup. I am Johnny Cruz, here to welcome you guys here live in Anaheim, California. Look at this BlizzCon crowd. We're gonna do great. Jeez, love it. So we got 32 countries who qualified and only 8 remain. And only one is gonna take home the trophy. So without further ado, let's get this party started and let's bring out your teams. Oh, here they come. We got the United Kingdom. That's right. Now we got Sweden. Here they come. We got Canada. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We got Australia. Here they come. We got China. Yeah. Strutting their stuff. Coming up, we got France. Okay, last but not least, we got South Korea. And of course, here they come. Team USA. Great. Here are your teams. Here we go. I need the audience here to give me the longest, strongest, oh yeah, we can give. Are you ready? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah! Yeah, that's right. Oh man, this is gonna be awesome. This is gonna be insane. All right, guys. So just getting to BlizzCon is an accomplishment, but each team has a story. Let's hear it. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2017 Overwatch World Cup.
The Overwatch World Cup is a showcase of Overwatch talent from all around the world.
In the game, you're working together with your characters to beat your opponents on the map. Here, you've got all these great players from different teams working together to represent their nations.
It's one of the biggest stages in the world. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Yeah, China running wow.
Whoa, those fans.
Hiding in the back, Undead doing a long flank around the backside of Cafe.
Yeah, already harassing a bit, Undead.
With the Shanghai crowd behind them, Team China swiftly eliminated all 3 of their group stage opponents. Team France, however, came into Shanghai group stage with a different mindset than most.
I've been playing competitive FPS for 17 years now. I don't get panicked ever, like I'm used to it, and my teammates are the same.
AKM. He's pushing his way into the pulse bomb. Is there? Takes him down, and a double kill.
We just adapt every time.
France and China both swiftly and efficiently defeated the hopefuls from Thailand and Norway, respectively. Meanwhile, in Sydney, Team Australia dominated their first 2 matches against Italy and Portugal, but the Aussies suffered a brutal loss to Team Sweden on day 3, much to their fans' dismay. Sweden, led by Tavik's godlike accuracy and Swoosh's tactical DPS plays, finished out their matches 4-0. Sweden performed nearly flawlessly against Spain, besting them 3-0. The highlight of the World Cup group stage was the knockdown, drag-out brawl between two underdogs from the Sydney stage, the mysterious team from Japan and a roster of local heroes from Australia.
Australia with the opportunity. Atar pops attack visor protected by the Transcendence now. Can they do it? We're into overtime. 99-99. Claire goes down. Now somebody, there it is! Australia going to BlizzCon!
And I eat you up with the huge pull-spawn play to stop that AKTM so close to that Dragon Blade. But that is the clutch play you need in this situation, and we'll see them in Anaheim.
Across the Pacific in Los Angeles, Team UK proved to be fearsome, dismantling teams Germany, Belgium, and Israel.
The pressure from the United Kingdom unrelenting. They are so close right now. 3 members on the point. Mikey opens it up, and the United Kingdom, you are going to BlizzCon.
While Team USA also dominated their entire group.
It's going to be United States versus Brazil.
It could not be more against it. It's a Bastion on the field.
It's amazing to go into a game and know that, almost everyone in the audience, is cheering for you, is behind you. When you win, the crowd roars. When you lose, there's a hush, and that's a powerful thing. It amplifies every moment.
We have Team USA going against Team Germany. Winner moves on to BlizzCon.
Jake really opening up an opportunity for the United States to possibly win this one. And Craig's got to get up there, man. He's coming up with the Dragon Blade, but there's the melee. He got just enough damage on him, just in time, and the control meter nearly there. Just 1 or 2 more kills, and the U.S., they've done it. They are going to BlizzCon.
All eyes were on Katowice, where Team South Korea, 2016's reigning champions, stood as the final boss over Groups E and F.
It will be Canada going up against the Netherlands.
Julius had the Dragon Blade himself. Now they're up on the point. That's it! Canada have done it! Booking that ticket for BlizzCon.
It's going to be South Korea facing off against Russia, a rematch from BlizzCon 2016's Grand Finals. Can Russia turn up the heat here, so?
How would it happen?
Charged up and ready to go.
He's going to try and punish. Are they going to check the corner? No!
Oh, no, you got to check your corners, man. It's the oldest trick in the book. Fires a nano blade. There it is. Tons of damage.
With the graviton surge.
They get it. South Korea is going to BlizzCon.
They will sweep Russia once again.
A flashback to last year's World Cup Grand Finals.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 2017 Overwatch World Cup Playoffs live from Anaheim, California. We're here at BlizzCon. Are you guys excited? We'll work on it. We'll work on it. My name is Golden Boy. I will be your host for this weekend. Very excited to be here. It's a pleasure to be here. As a matter of fact, my second BlizzCon working, third attending, but I am not doing this by myself. I'm joined by my partner in crime this weekend, Jamerson, as well as the incomparable Monte Cristo. Gentlemen, how are you feeling? James, we'll just start with you. Just go down the line.
Extremely excited. This is my third BlizzCon, first time actually working it, and representing Overwatch and seeing this crowd already getting behind it. I'm seeing some of the national jerseys out in the crowd, so I love the support that we're getting for this.
Yeah, I'm just pumped to be here. The huge announcements of Moira coming in as the new support hero. Couldn't be happier. And also we have the new slew of spectator features available for Overwatch. So things should be much easier than they ever have been to watch the game before. It looks fantastic with these team skins.
And Blizzard World.
And Blizzard World.
Blizzard World, because that thing looked awesome. I had no idea that was happening. I was pleasantly surprised. But that being said, though, guys, we have a packed tournament for you all. But let's go ahead and take a look at the bracket. See the matches that are going to be coming up today here. Our first matchup is going to be Sweden going up against the United Kingdom. Quarterfinal 2 will be Canada against Australia. Can the Aussies make it happen again? We'll find out. Then it will be a match that was teased in Shanghai, but we're going to get it here for the quarterfinal 3. It'll be France versus China. And then the matchup that everyone is hotly anticipating, the United States of America will go up against South Korea in what is surely going to be a
bloodbath.
I wanted to keep it at least a little sane here, you know, but Monty, that's what we have you here for. And then just to remind everyone, all matches are going to be best of 5 format. The medal matches, our bronze as well as our grand final, will be best of 7. But for those of you at home, though, you can get involved. And even for those of you in here as well, you can get involved and vote for who you think is going to be your T-Mobile MVP. It's very easy to do so. If you're watching on Twitch, use !, T-Mobile MVP, and then the battle tag of the player that you want to vote for. And then for those of you guys on Twitter, you already know how this thing works. Use hashtag T-Mobile MVP and the battle tag there as well. Put your votes in, and we'll be keeping tabs of that all throughout the weekend. You know, kind of jump in and see who's winning. Who do you guys think would be the MVP? Monty, I'll start with you.
That's good. I can steal his answer then. I'm going to go with Flower. We saw him play 17 different heroes in Katowice in Poland in the early part of this group stage. He's a phenomenal DPS player, so I think the fans are really going to love watching him play.
That was your answer.
I was going to go with Flower also. I mean, 17 heroes, 17 years old. This kid is so young, but he's absolutely deadly on every single hero he can play. We got to see just the plethora of different kinds of compositions coming out from Team South Korea just because of him.
You know, for me, it's going to be Mr. 150K Sinatra, my man playing for the San Francisco Shock. That's going to be the guy I want to vote for MVP. But guys, get involved in that. A huge thank you to T-Mobile. Once again, they sponsored the Overwatch World Cup. They were a partner. They helped us out. And now they're back here once again at BlizzCon. So thank you once again to our friends over at T-Mobile. Now, that being said, it's time to get into our first match of the day. I want to get some energy in the room. It's going to be the United Kingdom going up against Sweden in our first match of the day. And what's interesting about these two teams, and James, this is for you here, buddy, because everyone's counting the UK short, and this team dominated in Santa Monica.
They're one of 3 teams that throughout the World Cup stops at every qualifier that had a perfect 12-0 record. And so they do feel like they are the underdogs here just because they're not able to play into that 2-2-2 dive meta that we got to see so prominently.
Why are people doubting the UK in this match?
Well, I think coming in, they showed that they were very proficient on a dive style, but we're on the Mercy patch right now. Resurrection has been changed. The game at the professional level has changed dramatically, so we need to see more versatility from them. But that said, you can't discount the fact that they were so incredibly dominant. They shut out everybody they played against. So if they have figured that out, if they have figured out how to play this patch and a new style, they will be a threat.
And there you have it, walking to the stage. It's the United Kingdom as they make their way out, get set up, get ready to go. This roster, lots of weapons on this team. Christopher, Mikey A, a guy I'm definitely going to be looking out for. Cruz, RealsX, Boombox, and Smex. Boombox recently just announced that he will be joining the Overwatch League for the Philadelphia Fusion.
But he's the only player on the Overwatch League on this roster, and we compare that to Sweden, who has all 6 of their players in the Overwatch League. These UK guys have a lot to prove here. They want to show that they are the same caliber. They are hoping for their futures in the professional scene as well.
That's right. Now, James, on the Swedish side, though, we heard it in the package. Malik saying godlike precision from a player like Tvik. And Tvik has been really the story here, but there has been some other changes as well. They made some mix-ups coming into this event.
Yeah, so we saw on the Misfits roster that they did actually swap off Swoosh, coming from that main DPS role that we saw him during the qualifiers, playing that Genji. Now he's playing the main take as the Winston, but a lot of people are seeing this as possibly a weakness on the side of Sweden, right? Is he going to be able to play the Reinhardt? But still, they're going to be able to rely upon Tvik, which is basically what that roster is supposed to do. Bringing in Snello, bringing in Chipsayan, it's fine for them because that's the role that they're used to playing, and they just fit in like a perfect puzzle piece.
Yeah, and they're certainly going to have to do that here. It will be a tough matchup against this United Kingdom roster, and while they have made some changes, well, they're looking to just bring success to the event. Guys, put your hands together as they make their way to the stage. It's Team Sweden. Monty, I want to get your thoughts on this team here. A lot of great players.
Yeah, but they didn't have the easiest time. We thought that Sweden would do even better. Yes, they qualified here out of Sydney for BlizzCon, but it wasn't the cleanest look from them, right? And they've made some changes as a result, and bringing in Snillo, I think, frees up to Vic to be that Swiss Army knife multi-hero player instead of sticking him directly on the Tracer. Snillo, the young 17-year-old Tracer specialist, prodigy player who will be playing with the Fusion in the Overwatch League this year. So this is what they need to show us today, is that they have the synergy that they lacked. They really struggled with ult management when they played in Sydney. They struggled with engages and coordination issues. So on an individual level, we know these guys are fantastic, but the teamwork wasn't there. However, I do know that they immediately after the Contenders playoffs went back to Sweden and started practicing.
Yeah.
So they are taking this extremely seriously.
Yeah, that was actually a big takeaway for me as well, because Contenders playoffs was a very big event, and most teams would typically want to just unwind after that. I mean, the entirety of Contenders was such a long, grueling war for a lot of these guys. So to come back into this and readjust themselves, can you see Sweden? I guess we might as well go into that and get some keys to victory here, some predictions as well. Can you see Sweden coming out on top?
Oh, definitely at this point. Sweden, like Monty had mentioned, they've been practicing for the last 3-4 weeks. They've been practicing as the forecourt for a really long time now. They're familiar with each other. But on the other hand, we have the United Kingdom. They've only been able to practice for about a week and a half now because, well, they've had other commitments because they also won against the OWL. And so we'll see how that actually works out. But I do give the upper hand to Sweden here.
What about for you, Monty?
I do at least have to give it to Sweden as well, because even though I have some question marks, when we've seen these misfits now, the Florida Mayhem players perform in LAN environments, they haven't lived up to their online performances, so that makes me a little bit worried. And I know that UK is fully confident in their ability to compete in this kind of arena environment, but I think they're going to have ironed out their engages, they're going to have ironed out their coordination, and I need to see UK do something besides Tracer, Genji, Dive, because that is not going to be the strongest strategy at this patch any longer.
Yeah, a lot has changed since Santa Monica. Not only has the game changed, but also the way we spectate the game has changed. And I know everyone is eagerly anticipating, before we get into our first match of the day. Guys, are you ready? That's what I like to hear. Let's send it over to your commentators. Let's have some fun for this UK-Sweden matchup. It's CP and Hexagrams.
Thank you so much.